Minecraft 1.20 re-release 5 is now here. Now this brings very little changes, but some of them are actually really good to note. Before we jump straight to it, let me quickly just show you some things that Minecraft have been posting on their Twitter page. There is still no release date for Minecraft 1.20, but over the course of the last few weeks, Minecraft have slowly been teasing the update trails and tales. They've just been posting little images. As you can see, there are obviously ones teasing the bamboo wood set, and then as you can see, this one is teasing the camels and the fact that they can you can have players on them without being hit by 2 tall mobs. If we keep scrolling, you can see there is a video here teasing archaeology, cherry groves, and the actual sniffer. So they've just been slowly teasing it. I think this is them leading up to a release date. Eventually, once maybe they've teased every single 120 feature, then they'll post a blog with the release date in it. But we haven't seen that just yet. So as soon as that does come, I will cover it in a video. Then if we scroll down a little bit more, they did upload one, I believe, for the actual, yes, as you can see right here, the camel, the bamboo wood set, and the armor trims. So at first it was these videos, and then it moved to the like animation sort of cartoony look. One thing I do quickly just want to mention before we cover this pre-release is this statement right here. Summer is around the corner here at the office, and what a better time to stay inside and try out the new pre-release. Now the reason I point this out is because they normally focus update releases around summertime. So people who are on their summer break can mess around with the update without having work or school interrupt it. So this could be teasing that it will release some point this summer, which we probably knew anyway, because summer I think starts in like June and ends in September, I think, in the UK. And as we are now on pre-release 5, that also teases we are getting closer to the release. I think the most pre-releases we've had is 8 before they moved to a release candidate. But it really depends on how many bugs they find and how many they want to fix before 1.20 releases. Also, one more thing before we jump into this. 1.20 should also have point updates. It should have 1.20.1 because that is how Minecraft Java are now doing updates. They're doing them like Bedrock Edition, where there'll be a load of minor little updates between the big updates to squash a lot more bugs. The first change inside of this actual re-release is the Unifont, the new font they are using for Minecraft Java, has updated from version 15.001. They have now updated to version 15.0.03. Now I don't exactly know what the new update brings. I don't know if it brings some new fonts you can use or something like that, but they have updated for whatever reason. Now this next bug is actually something that could be worth noting. So the actual bug is if an anvil has kill entities to true, it would kill items and XP. As you can see, that is no longer the case. Anvils will no longer kill items. So the items will now just pop out the side. This has been a bug for a while, and if you have an anvil fall onto items that you have on the ground, before this update, they would just be basically deleted from the world with no way of getting them back. Now, they'll stay in the world until obviously the 5-minute timer, or until you pick them up, and this is the same with XP orbs. This was also a bug with other falling blocks, so things like sand, gravel, also the dragon egg. They could delete items and XP orbs that were below them if they was to fall onto them. As you can see, that has now been fixed, which that is a good bug if you do mess around with anvils a lot. They will still damage players and entities below them. They just won't remove items of XP anymore. There was also a bug where you could actually equip jack-o'-lanterns onto your head. I don't know why this was a bug, but you could equip it onto your head and it would apply it to your head without the pumpkin blur effect. So it was basically a way to get the carved pumpkin on your head, but without having this pumpkin overlay. So it has now been fixed, and the only way to get it onto your head is through commands. The item display entity would have incorrect lighting when it was rotated. So that has also been fixed, and the lighting should now be correct. Redying wool recipes, as you can see, recipes like this was not grouped correctly in the creative inventory or the crafting inventory tab. That has now been fixed, and they should now all be grouped in the correct tabs, as you can see. It should also be the same with carpet, so if we was to make some carpets, they should now also be grouped together if we quickly just find them. Yeah, as you can see up here. And it's also the same with beds. As you can see, beds are now grouped together as well. This bug right here, I'm not too sure about. Blocks placed in the spot of a previously broken block will display the first frame of the breaking animation until updated. I don't know what this means, but this has been a bug that is fixed. It also was a bug where unbreakable blocks, so things like bedrock and also end portal frames, they would display the first breaking animation frame when attempting to mine them, as if you could mine them. This has now also been fixed, and if you try to break anything like bedrock that can't be broken in survival mode, it will now not display any animations as if you're mining it. What I mean by the first breaking animation, I think obviously when you break a block, it displays this. It display the first one when punching the actual bedrock as if it was being damaged. Another bug to do with honey. It seems like this is a thing that is every single update. Honey, there was a bug where you could still jump on the edges or the sides of honey. That has now once again been patched out, so let's wait and see if they find another way to jump off the edge of them. The next thing is if you actually have a mob that you can ride and you lose control of said mob. I don't know how you'd lose control of it. I'm guessing maybe dismounting it might be losing control. But if it had levitation and you was to lose control and then regain control, the levitation would always stay. So that has been fixed, and levitation should now only stay for as long as it's given to the mob, no matter the condition. The final two bugs that I'm going to mention is the enchantment table. If you actually had one and you opened it up, this book right here would not render. It will now render exactly how it should again. And as you can see, it will also render opened when there is an item inside of this first slot. So that now works exactly how it should. And the final bug is if you actually had a template or a piece of armor that had a template applied to it, and then this piece of armor was enchanted. So let's quickly just enchant it with mending. There would be sea fighting on the actual armor. That is now no longer the case, although it does actually not seem to be fixed. Was that sea fight? Yeah, look, as you can see on the sides of the actual armor, sea fighting still actually occurs. You can actually see that the actual armor, the texture is still fighting each other. So this hasn't been fixed fully, but it's no longer the case on the sides of armor. Now, with that being said, we have covered pretty much all of the actual bugs. There are a few I didn't cover. Biomes being partially overwritten / generated in 1.20 pre-release 2 inside Old World. Don't exactly know what that means, but if you have experienced that bug, it should now be fixed. And markers, interaction, and display entities that prevent weighted pressure plates from deactivating. But anyway, that is where I'm going to end this video. If you did enjoy, leave a like and subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. That is pre-release 5, and hopefully we get a release date soon, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.